What's up, all you 90s Spider-Man loving dudes and dudettes? ToyShiz here, and I got a really awesome look for you guys today. A fresh look, more of a review, and just kind of show off a very special thing that someone recently sent one. This comes all the way from Russia, and I want to say just such a nice thank you and a pleasure it is to have even met you. This is Rustam from Russia, which I have said over and over again. Oh, Rustam from Russia. So Rustam sent over, he, along with a friend, created this 1990s Spider-Man Peter Parker head that works with Marvel Legends. And being that there's been a lot of retro figures coming out, and with Spider-Man the Animated Series' recent 25th anniversary, I thought, well, dang, that would just be amazing to have. And lo and behold, Rustam and his friend created this, and now I have one in hand to show you exactly what he did. I have to say, for creating it, 3D printing, and then personally painting it himself, one of the first times where he's actually painted something, it came out really cool. And again, thank you. This looks awesome. And the one thing I will say though, being that the Marvel Legends Spider-Man bodies, we'll just say, usually are very, very thin, this body in particular really resonates with me because, one, it is epitome of like the 1990s Spider-Man the Animated Series when his arms popped out and everything. And two, because of the lighter reds and the blues. The color scheme works really well for this head. So I will show you the head swap. I believe that so far this would probably be your best bet in terms of if you wanted to get this head and then having it look appropriate on a similar 90s styled body. As you can see, the lighter reds and the blues are definitely this particular 90s Spider-Man's forte. And it really does look awesome. I really like this head sculpt. It's pretty much spot on the old Toybiz, and it's updated, of course. The paint looks good. He's got a little bit darker hair that Rustam gave him as opposed to this. But if you know Spider-Man the Animated Series, you know that Peter Parker, the character model, went through several changes over the years, and he went through all kinds of different facial expressions and changes. And so I like the little smile that he gave him. I like the painted eyes, the eyebrows, articulation. Everything still moves on this figure. Now I'll go ahead and pop the head off of this figure, and it does fit really nicely. And we'll go ahead and compare it with a more recent Spider-Man Marvel Legends Peter Parker head. This is the more beat up one that came with the recent symbiote Spider-Man. So as you can see, there's some similarity, and also, you know, one's animated, one's comic book inspired. But you go ahead and pop the head off of this guy and slip it on here. And again, this fits on really nicely, really snug. It's just that I feel like this particular head fits, it's a little bit too high up. You can kind of tip it, but as you can see to the side, it just sits a little bit high. Also, the body is very thin, and that's why I'm pointing out that this particular Spider-Man body is a little bit thicker as opposed to the more leaner looking comic book based body. So it's really about personal taste. I would recommend saying if you do want one, get it and then maybe paint it yourself for those that are really good at customizing and everything else. I am not, so Rustam, thank you again for doing that for me, and I really like it. I think it's great, and I do recommend it if you want to get one. So I'll put all the information to contact him, and you can order one directly from him. Now, one of the things that Rustam included were these two, I would say, spider sense sort of deals. Two different ones, in fact. One that actually slips over the sides of the figure's head, and then one that he's included a double-side piece of tape. And he said, go ahead, try them out, see which one works best. I would honestly say that this one worked out really nice because it has fit a lot of different Spider-Mans. And you know how it is. Some collectors, you don't like put tape or anything on the head. So this one, thank you very much. But I definitely prefer the one that wraps around the head and it simply just goes on and off. And I think that that's a really cool looking spider sense. You can fit it onto a number of the different, figures. That works on the head. You can use it on this Spider-Man head. That looks good as well. So a lot of the different figures, I think it would work really great. The more rounded shaped heads, it seems to work a little bit better, but this one's not too shabby. And honestly, for a first go around, I would say this is a great first attempt and just onwards and upwards in creating these things. So again, let me know what you guys think about this Peter Parker head. Will you be getting one? Go ahead and contact Rustam. Again, all the information is below. Thank you again for sending this out. It means the world to me. I am a huge Spider-Man animated series fan. So to see this, I would love just to see anything that has to do with Spider-Man, the animated series, put him on the old card back, something like that. So thank you, Rustam, and thank you to everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just enjoyed a little sit back, relax kind of deal with some retro shiz figures. So I'm curious to know what you guys think. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk all things Spider-Man, the animated series. I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, I don't know whose choice it was to put old Peter Parker in that striped first season shirt, but they sure cleared that up the second go around. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.